I'm Jay.
I'm Libby.
And this is Tea Time.
Okay.
Today we're going to be talking about bathroom etiquette.
It's a very
It's backwards!
Oh, which is a very important topic, along with bra strap etiquette, which we'll get to next time. Because everybody uses the bathroom, and nobody wants to have to experience that awkward moment when you're in a situation and you don't know what to do when you're in the bathroom. Why, this is classic.
I lost it. Okay.
It's okay. We can edit. Anyway,
Boom.
it happens. Okay. So, let's talk about, first, women and groups.
Okay. Well, American practices is that when a female is out with her girls and she's perhaps at a bar or a restaurant and she goes, oh, I have to use the restroom. Well, it is customary for the girl next to her or the girl behind her, in front of her, to say, oh, I'll go with you. Let's go to the potty together. So, if your girlfriend who's sitting next to you, behind you, in front of you, whatever you, neglects to say, oh yeah, I'll go to the bathroom with you, that usually means she's a bitch.
However, if you're with a group of men and you say you have to go to the bathroom and they suddenly all offer to come with you, you should probably make sure you're not in a gay bar.
And speaking of the gay community,
not that we have anything against them,
in England, it is not recommended to use public restrooms due to the fact that they are rather large, so homosexuals like to go in there to express their bodily emotions.
Other thing you should
Not
remember,
to use the restroom, but to use each other.
see, that's just and that's just
So
homosexual, like, people shouldn't do that in general. Like,
Nope. Don't do it in the potty.
Heterosexual,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, how can you when you know what else goes on in there? You know what I mean? Like, but on that note, something I learned in my travels in England, if you're a Jersey girl, like us, I'm proud of it. Freedom Pump our gas. You should never say, I'm a New Jersey girl in England, because it means you're a man who's had an operation to not be a man anymore. Just a tip, along with our other wonderful tip about bathroom etiquette. Also, interesting fact I learned from a friend who traveled to Japan. And Japanese, it seems, are incredibly self-conscious, very shy about bathrooms. I mean, like, you could be married for 50 years and never hear your partner flatulate, ever, okay? Because it's considered to be like this incredibly rude thing. And their public bathrooms actually are equipped with sound makers.
Point in case, I will now demonstrate a sound maker.
I'm going to the bathroom. Pretend I'm going to the bathroom. Zip, swat. Okay, I'm done. Now everybody knows I just got.
So, if you have this shyness about going to the restroom, we can provide noise makers
Suggestions
for you.
Yeah. Hire us.
To give you the noise makers.
Or you could probably just think of other ways to deal with it, like,
Turn on the sink.
yeah, that's one of my personal favorites. Or like, act like you're talking on the cell phone, so clearly it couldn't be you making those horrendous sounds.
Or the shower.
Well, they don't usually have showers in public restrooms, but then if you were like at somebody's house and you like turned on the shower while you're in the bathroom,
They would think you had the cha-chas and had to take a shower to fully clean yourself. Okay, on this note of bathroom etiquette globally, the very affectionately named crapper actually came about because the man who basically invented the modern toilet was named Thomas Crapper, and he also was one of the first people to have a showroom full of toilets. That's just a porcelain paradise.
Which always makes me think of the time that I was in like Sears and this little kid peed in one of the display toilets. And I remember I didn't really think it was a big deal because I was a little kid. But now that I think back, I'm like, who cleaned that?
Sucks to be Sears.
Pretty much. Well, should we talk about news?
Well,
Do you have more on the crapper?
let's talk about a little bit of French etiquette. Because we
I'm
all
French.
know, yes, Libby is
Among other
French,
things.
la français. Etiquette is a French word. So let's talk about the sewage system in France, since they invented it.
Oh, did they?
We have a lot to thank for. I mean, they might be royal pain in the butt, but they really do help our butts out with flushing.
The royal pain.
So we're very grateful for them. Also, some places in China have come up with see-through walls for bathrooms. However, when you turn the switch to the occupied status, the walls fog up. So people know, it's occupied. However, I've always wondered what would happen if the walls were to fail and not fog.
It'd be like the time I was in the airplane and the lock didn't lock properly and someone opened the door on me mid-squat and the entire flight crew had an eyeful. That's what it would be like.
Well, things you do up in the air.
It was a wonderful moment for me. I wanted to jump off of the plane. Somebody have a parachute?
We are here enjoying our nightly routine tea at our most beloved coffee spot, which we shall be unnamed lest we get whack jobs. However, we are very proud of our coffee shop because it is an independently owned place that does not conform to the S-Book and is free trade.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! And then I became a vegan. Should we talk about the Bob Marley thing? I thought that, because we're both musicians and I'm not actually a huge reggae fan, but it's cool. She is. I read in USA Today that this gentleman who is a marine biologist discovered what did he discover?
He discovered a new species of coral reef, and since it's in the Caribbean and it basically, I think it was in Jamaica actually, he felt like the whole species encompassed this reggae, free spirit mood with the border and the music, so he named it after Bob Marley.
Actually, it's a blood-sucking parasite that lives in coral reefs.
I did not get that from the article. I really imagined this beautiful coral reef that kind of looked like Bob Marley and had very striped colors.
Could you imagine being like, my fan loves me so much, they named a blood-sucking parasite after me?
Well, it's better than naming a baby after you.
Yeah, I feel like a baby should never be called Bob Marley. I don't even think Bob Marley was called Bob Marley when he was a baby, do you?
He was probably called the BM.
Okay, well, I think that might be all for tonight.
On that note,
Should we sing a note?
thanks for joining us. Till next tea time.
Hello.
Bye bye.